Are you looking to save money? Let West Virginia Central Federal Credit Union help. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan with us, and we'll take 25% off your current rate, just like that. If your current rate is 10%, we'll drop it to 7.5% if we can approve you. You'll save big with a 25% reduction, so schedule your appointment today, only at West Virginia Central Federal Credit Union. We're here to help.
Greetings, my fellow freedom-loving sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning to LL3-Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful realms of planet Earth. Today's date is Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. This is episode 1857. Traitors of the USA and MTG introduces bill banning weather modification. Before I proceed, you can follow me on multiple social media sites and podcast channels. Just type in Looky Luck number 3, Looky Luck Roman number 3 with 3 eyes, or Looky Luck Roman number 3 podcast. In addition, if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, all that good stuff, whatever you do, please use decorum. Hit me via email to ll3.podcast@proton.me. If you're going to donate, go to paypal.me or cash.app/Looky Luck number 3. Follow me and send me some crypto love on Steemit LL3-Podcast. Oh, yeah. What else can we say? Everyone's talking about the Epstein files ordeal. Musk and Trump, their differences. What else is new? All that good stuff. But, hey, that's just how it is. I'm not going to really talk about it because, in my opinion, it could be a psyop, distraction, all that good stuff. So all the faction slaves are climaxing. Whether you're Trump worshipers, he does nothing wrong, or you hate his guts. Yep, cult members 101. Well, I'm not going to be browsing through here some sites. I'm like, everyone's talking about it. So you know what? I'm not going to be, just get to the point. Chase here. This one came from naturalnews.com. Came out today. Traitors of the USA. Communist Barack Obama and his cohorts, Brennan, Clapper, and Comey, could serve prison time for Russia Collusion HOAX. S.D. Wells wrote this. As it reads here, the hoax of the century was all written, planned, carried out, and perpetuated for 4 long years by the leaders of the U.S. Communist Party from 2016 to 2020. The biggest insurrection to ever take place on U.S. soil, and it was scripted perfectly for all the sheeple who believe everything they see and hear on fake news. CNN, the Counterfeit News Network, and MSNBC, of course. All the other networks followed suit, including ABC, NBC, and CBS. Now they might all be busted red-handed. Ratcliffe report exposes 2016 election manipulation. CIA Director John Ratcliffe revealed that top Obama-era officials John Brennan, James Comey, and James Clapper politically engineered the Trump-Russia collision narrative as a weapon against Donald Trump following the 2016 election. If you bought that, folks, I got palm trees to sell you all the way from the heart of Pluto. Continue on. Flawed intelligence and use of Steele dossier. The 2016 intelligence community assessment was rushed and compromised by political motives, including the insertion of the discredited Steele dossier against the objections of senior CIA Russia analysts, significantly undermining the report's credibility. Obama administration implicated. The report alleges that Former President Obama personally authorized the Trump-Russia assessment, which was then manipulated, selectively leaked, and classified to create a narrative that couldn't be easily challenged, leading to the Mueller investigation. Calls for accountability in response to the findings from National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and others are demanding immediate investigations to Brennan and other officials, citing the intelligence review as proof of a politically motivated misinformation campaign against Trump. Huge. CIA Director Ratcliffe finds Obama's administration's Brennan, Comey, and Clapper conceived Trump-Russia collusion hoax as a political weapon against MAGA. In a bombshell revelation, former CIA Director John Ratcliffe has released a scathing report accusing key Obama administration officials John Brennan, James Comey, and James Clapper of orchestrating the Trump-Russia collusion narrative as a political weapon to undermine then-President-elect Donald Trump. Ratcliffe's findings claim that this narrative, which dominated headlines and government investigations for years and was politically motivated, fabrication initiated from the highest levels of government during the closing weeks of Barack Obama's presidency. According to the newly declassified CIA Tradecraft Review, the 2016 Intelligence Community Assessment, ICA, which alleged that Russia interfered in the U.S. election to help Trump win, was compiled through a rushed and highly irregular process. The report exposed that President Obama ordered the collusion assessment just 6 weeks before leaving office. Intelligence protocols were reportedly bypassed and senior agency heads micromanaged and assessments production, suppressing dissent and overriding professional standards. Most damning is the assertion that the discredited Steele dossier, a collection of unverified opposition research linked to the Hillary Clinton campaign, was deliberately included in the intelligence assessment despite strong objections from top CIA Russia experts. Ratcliffe contend his decision severely undermined the credibility of the final report and shows a clear politicization of the intelligence process. Ratcliffe told the New York Post that Brennan, Comey, Clapper, and Obama conspired to screw Trump by embedding their politically charged views into the official intelligence findings. He emphasized that the report was stamped with the authority of the U.S. intelligence community and then classified, shielding it from the public scrutiny, while enabling the media and political figures to weaponize its content. The resulting narrative led directly to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, which consumed the first 2 years of Trump's presidency and ultimately found no evidence of the Trump-Russia collusion. On social media, Ratcliffe publicly thanked the career CIA officers who compiled the review and exposed what he called a manipulation of intelligence for political ends. He wrote on X, "All the world can now see the truth. Brennan, Clapper, and Comey manipulate intelligence and silence career professionals, all to get Trump." Let's check this out. Fascism News. Yeah, it's under Fascism News. Okay. Fascism.news. I will continue on here. Boom. Head on back. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn echoed Ratcliffe's claim, calling the ICA a rigged partisan hack job and not a legitimate intelligence product. Flynn added that some intelligence even indicated Russia may have preferred Hillary Clinton over Trump, a fact buried to support the anti-Trump narrative. He demanded an immediate investigation into Brennan and other officials, describing their actions as classic Marxist-style projection, accusing others of the very wrongdoing they themselves were committing. This newly released review reignites longstanding concerns over the politicalization of America's intelligence agencies and may prompt calls for accountability, further investigations, and renewed scrutiny of the origins of the Russia probe that dominated the Trump presidency. The Democrat Party is now the Communist Party of the USA, no doubt about it. Tune your apocalypse dial to preparedness.news for updates on real news about surviving the Democrat-led government aggression, lies, and propaganda that comes at us every day now. Well, let's say before, my friends, I never bought the hype. You don't have to be a Trump supporter to figure that one out. Question everything, observe responsibly. I never went for these official narratives, always say, how accurate is it? And time again, it was considered unmerited. And they still want to sell this garbage to you, like everything else. This is why I find the mainstream news comical, and all these pathetic douchebags, don't matter what party they're in, try to sell you a product which wiping your rear end is more valuable than that. We always got to be aware, question everything. Who cares what these Marxonian graduates have to say about it, or hacks? That's all they are. Bunch of crap bags, as far as I'm concerned. Never liked these individuals, and I let everyone know Barack Obama was a bend-over Bob to New World Order. And I told people in the past, he needs to be thrown in prison based on his actions. Nothing more, nothing less. Not because of his skin color. I'm still convinced he's from Kenya. He did admit that in one of the meetings. I've seen a video on this many years ago. He said he was the first Kenyan to be president of the United States. Not Kenyan American, but Kenyan in that nation, which many people said that it was his birthplace, homeland. Even Philip Berg, who was a former chairman from the DNC in Philadelphia, questioned Barack Obama to be president. And he did plenty of reports on it. It's constitutional principle. Plus, he's a member at the time. Like he said, I believe he still is a lifetime member for the NAACP. So you can't label him a racist. Well, that's how I see things with these douchebags, these bend over Bobs and so forth. So I'm gonna hit this final one. I know it'll be pretty brief here, but yeah, I just got off of work. I'm a little tired, so if I stumble on a few things, I apologize. This is from the NewAmerican.com. Marjorie Taylor Greene to introduce bill banning weather modification. As it reads here, how will Congress react to a bill banning weather modification? Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene announces she's introducing such a proposal soon with a fellow Republican Southerner lawmaker, Tennessee's Tim Burchett, as a co-sponsor. Well, sure is to generate jeers of conspiracy theories that will only indicate their ignorance. Some may harbor about a practice that is out in the open. Greene tweeted Saturday that she aims to make it a felony offense for private or government entities to inject, release, or disperse anything into the atmosphere that would change the weather temperature, climate, or sunlight intensity. She said the federal proposal will be similar to a Florida bill that was recently signed into law, which is good. I support that. Even though I'm not great about Ron DeSantis, but he chose wisely on this matter. Weather modification is real. The existence of weather modification is fact, and so is the government's participation in it. U.S. Government Accountability Office, GAO, admits the government is involved in cloud seeding, although it claims that such participation is minimal, according to GAO. Cloud seeding is a decades-old approach to modifying weather that uses a range of supporting technologies for research and operations. According to NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the most common uses of cloud seeding are to increase precipitation or suppress hail, usually by adding tiny particles of silver iodide. 9 U.S. states are generally using it, while 10 have banned or have considered banning cloud seeding or weather modification in general. Federal cloud seeding involvement and support is minimal. Not surprisingly, while downplaying the effects of cloud seeding, the GAO frames whatever impact it may have as beneficial. Cloud seeding may increase water availability and result in economic, environmental, and human health benefits. In the studies, GAO reviewed estimates of the additional precipitation range from 0 to 20%. However, it is difficult to evaluate the effects of cloud seeding due to limitations of effectiveness research. The GAO says, although cloud seeding technology has been around for 80 years, for some reason, information on its impact is unavailable or unreliable. It further notes that people in general are ignorant about its impact. The public may not fully understand cloud seeding, including how it differs from geoengineering, which affects the climate, or on longer timescales, the government agency says. Hold on here. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. Good grief. Okay, cool. There are several other examples corroborating the wide use of weather modification technology. For example, USAID, the United States Agency for International Development, was involved in a cloud seeding program in Morocco from 1984 to 1989 to the tune of $12 million. Yep, your taxpayers at work, America. The globalist organization Chatham House openly admits that weather manipulation technology is being used across the world. Countries are increasingly using technology to change conditions in the atmosphere, oceans, and ice to improve weather to their advantage or lessen global warming. The group also acknowledges that such technology has been weaponized. One example of weather weaponization includes America's Operation Popeye. That was a classified cloud seeding program carried out by the U.S. Air Force from 1967 to 1972 to extend the monsoon season in Vietnam and Laos so roads would be flooded, hampering Viet Cong military movements. Conspiracy theory. The GAO's sentiment that people are generally ignorant about the impact of weather manipulation is likely aimed at the conspiracy theorists who blame the recent spike in extreme weather events on cloud seeding and other forms of weather or light modification. Nevertheless, that was enough for the people of Florida to support the passage of Senate Bill 56, sponsored by GOP State Senator Ileana Garcia. The Florida lawmaker said she received complaints about U.S. Air Force specialized artillery units using C-130 Hercules airplanes to spray chemicals. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill into law January 20th, turned accusations of conspiracy theory of those committing acts of weather manipulation. The people got a lot of kooky ideas that they can get and put things in the atmosphere to block the sun and save us from climate change, he said. We're not playing that game in Florida. Many people in North Carolina who lived through the devastation of Hurricane Helene, which began in Florida, believe the storm behaved so oddly it had to have been manipulated. In states such as Missouri, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana, citizens suspect weather manipulation is the culprit behind the region's sudden and rapid increase of deadly tornadoes. Fighting weather manipulation, geoengineering has been justified as a tool against supposed man-made climate change, but some people are beginning to suspect it's causing more harm than good. Dane Winnington is one of those people, a researcher with a background in solar energy who runs the website Geoengineering Watch. He is among the most outspoken, dedicated activists bringing attention to the practice of geoengineering and the harm it causes. Wingington believes that obvious ongoing operations in our skies have tainted the skies, disrupted precipitation patterns, and caused a toxic precipitation scenario. He produced the documentary The Dimming, which makes the case that efforts to block this out of the sun are causing great harm, and has dedicated his life to bringing the attention to this issue. Among those who agree with his mission is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Further, Wingington believes weather manipulation is the reason weather extremes are becoming the new normal. In a recent video, he implied that a catastrophic flood in Texas over the weekend is a result of weather warfare by controllers who are more desperate and dangerous than ever before. Yes, and I have to say, in good faith, I do question these weather patterns myself, Helene, and of course the flooding that happened in northern Texas, which is horrific. And of course, people make claims that Trump cut FEMA's money and all that, and national weather. That's all been verified. It never happened. It was a monumental lie. Even lard-ass Rosie O'Donnell tried to make that statement. That woman is a hypocritical, pathetic human being. All right? Her rhetoric is awful, stupid, and lousy. However, I have keep tabs on geoengineering, watch the best I can. His interviews are very good. I encourage people to check out the documentary Dimming. It was funny because I remember Highlander 2. Not the Awakening. Oh shoot. It wasn't a great movie, but it had the intro about they try to block the sun, because of the ozone layer. And what happened? It all went to hell in a handbasket. High humidity, 80 degrees, 100% humidity, 80 degrees, 100% humidity, like that on the entire movie until it actually broke that shell or that barrier. We cannot mess with Mother Nature. All right, so we always gotta look at these things step by step. There's plenty of information on this weather manipulation, modification, all that. Yeah, so I gotta say, like Marjorie Taylor Greene or not, everyone should support this bill. Call your congressman, say yes. When it comes out, say you should endorse it, regardless of your differences. That's how I have to see it. That's how I examine it. Don't mess with Mother Nature. Please. It will blow back in our faces. And another thing, too, I can say, they're trying to focus more of a depopulation move. Ghost world, right? So that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share throughout your social media networks. Any questions, comments, recommendations, all that good stuff, whatever you do, please use decorum. You can hit me via email to LL3-Podcast or proton.me. I will leave the footnotes of these articles on my page. And if you want to donate, go to PayPal.me or cash.app/look3. Plus, from me at Steemit, Crypto Love at LL3-Podcast. If you want to support Natural News, The New American, that'd be great. Subscribe, buy their stuff, merchandise, magazines, all that. I do appreciate their work. And that is all. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love. And may your guardian spirits be with you.